In the year 1988, Florence Griffith Joyner single-handedly changed the world of female sprinting by running two of the most talked about records in sprinting. She clocked 10.49 and 21.3 in the 100 and 200 meters respectively to be crowned the fastest woman to ever live. Fast forward 30 years later, even after she passed, she is still the fastest woman ever over both distances, and while we have seen the likes of Marion Jones, Carmelita Jeter, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and others, no one can seem to even get close to her legal times. However, with a new generation on the brink of transitioning, there are a few very promising athletes. Of those, few or any as promising as Sha'ccari Richardson. Richardson was on the radar ever since her days in high school, where she was already making quite a name for herself. She was an 8-time state champion, AAU junior bronze medalist in the 100, and USA junior bronze medalist for junior females in 2017. Therefore, it was no surprise that she was the #1 female recruit in the entire country for the class of 2018. As talented as she was, the 2019 season was not an easy walkthrough for her because there were other good sprinters like Twanisha Terry, Ali Hobbs, and Kiara Grant who made it uncomfortable for her. And as a result, she did not dominate the indoor season as she would have liked, and maybe the lowest of her early season failures was the SEC 200 meters, which she failed to progress from the first round after posting 23.4 seconds to win her preliminary heat. As soon as the outdoor season began, her season got better, going under 11 seconds in her very first meet in Texas, clocking 10.9 seconds. She then went on to surpass Twanisha Terry, who had defeated her in the 60 meters dash final, winning the 1-2 double at the SEC Championships in fine style, going as fast 11 seconds flat in the 100 meters and 22.5 in the 200. The greatest part of the season, and most memorable performance to date, comes at the NCAA Championships, when she stormed to 10.75 seconds, brushing off a long-standing championship record and installing that time as a brand new world junior record by brushing off Marlies Gore's record of 10.88 seconds, set from as far back as 1977. In that single race, she also put herself above the likes of Veronica Campbell-Brown, Evelyn Ashford, Tori Bowie, and a lot more world-class female sprinters on the all-time list of fastest women over the distance. Her top-end speed was too much for her opponents because even though she did not have the greatest of transitions, she managed to pull away at consummate ease. This was in display again as she went on to break the world junior record in the 200 meters, going 0.01 seconds under the previous mark of 22.18, set by legendary sprinter Allyson Felix. She was beaten in that race, which ended as a neck-to-neck finish, with the title going back to the defending champion from 2018. That was basically the peak of her 2018 season, as what came after was not really expected. After a long collegiate season, Richardson went on to compete on the professional scene. Fans were optimistic about her chances on the global circuit, especially with the fact that her 10.75 was a world lead at the time. However, things did not go as planned, since her first ever race at the Prefontaine Classics, where she faced the likes of Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Ta Lu, and others, she finished fourth, posting a time of 11.1 seconds. That race was an anomaly because even eventual world champion Fraser-Price failed to do well, finishing 8th in a time of 11.3 seconds. Though she could take the positive side of the race, which is the fact that she finished ahead of the world champion, the fact she finished last in at the USA trials was a massive blow to the reputation she built that same season. The good thing is that similar to Flo-Jo, she can make a massive turnaround in her career. It's all about how she adjusts to the new life as a professional. For her, patience will be key to success because she has proven she does have the talent. This could be justified by her performance in 2020 at the recent track meet in Florida. She was a part of a program which had a lot of headliners, the likes of Noah Lyles, Justin Gatlin, Shawnee Miller, Christian Taylor, among others, and yet she stood out by running two of the fastest times so far this season in wet and windy conditions. She clocked 10.94 in the heats, a time which was aided by a tailwind of 2.8 meters per second. She then went on to the finals, winning quite comfortably in 11.05 seconds, a time which was set as the brand new world lead for a week until Fraser-Price's brilliant 11.0 seconds run in Jamaica. So a year after making her name as a collegiate superstar, she is now the second fastest woman in the world in 2020. If this proves anything, it proves that her performances in 2019 was no fluke, and the world might be witnessing the birth of an upcoming legend in the world of athletics.